It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. What's up? Hold on, girl. What's going on? I know you lying. Hold on. I'm trying to see what's going on with my other little laptop. Y'all know I call everything a laptop. Hold on, girl. Let me throw that off. Come back. Hold up. Say, hey, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. Okay, we outside and inside. What's up? I hope y'all are doing well. Y'all, the sun came out. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to drop some weed and feed down in my yard. Because them weeds, girl. Them weeds is coming up. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow or Thursday. So I had to drop some weed and feed down this morning in my yard. So I had got up this morning and did that. So I did the front and the back. I know y'all don't know this, but I do my own yard. I cut grass. Yes, honey. I cut grass. I weed eat. I edge. I take care of the yard. Yes. Call me agriculture voo. You feel me? Lawnmower voo. You feel me? Yeah, I do it all. So with that being said, yeah, I had to go outside and put the weed and feed down in my yard because the weeds is growing. Okay. Simply Sage says, boo, I will be rocking my hat this weekend. I love it. You know what? Thank you so much for your support. And shout out to everybody who hit me up. Man, people been rocking with the dog. People been ordering from the dog. And y'all might wonder what it is I'm talking about. Well, since we here, we might as well pull it up. Babe is the new wave. I'll pull up one of my hats. I got some more stuff coming in so I can share with y'all as well. But they talking about Babe is the new wave. I got some products out. You know, the acronym is BAVE, but it stands for Black Americans versus Everybody. I got gear for people out there, and people have been supporting like every day since I dropped this. I'm getting at least somebody hitting me like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Not hitting me, but hitting the website. But man, y'all make sure y'all pull up and get y'all some gear. There's more stuff on the site. I couldn't put every single thing on there, but if you click on these items, you'll see the other options that they have for this stuff. Man, y'all go support the doll. The site is Voodoo Doll TV Shop. Let me share it with y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what the vibes is. Y'all go pull up a hat, pick up a hat, a shirt or something, you know, pick up something, a little something. And like I said, I appreciate everybody who supported, man. Y'all really showing up in droves for real, for real. But shout out to Babe, man. Everybody, I've been seeing people tag me for real. In what? Tag me in what? Tag me at the people that's tagging me. One of my mods, can y'all drop the link in the chat so I can get the people to hit the link? Oh, matter of fact, I could do it. Hold on. But anyway, yeah, thank y'all so much for all y'all support. People are really buying it. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Who spent $800? I must have missed that order. You spent $800 on Babe? Girl, I must have missed that order. Hold on. I got to go back in my receipts. I ain't see that one come in. You know what I mean? Oh, you see it on the Etsy website. Okay, good. Cool. Yeah, because I am on Etsy. Let me give y'all the link. And then we're going to get into the show because I don't want to make it like a sales type of thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be cheesy with it, you know? I just want you guys to support the doll, you know? It's my first little item that I've ever done like this. And I think that, you know, support. Anyways, yes. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Oh, I'm going to put a little commercial. No, let me do this. Let me see. For merch, we got to get into the show. I should have been did this. Sorry, y'all. All right. I will drop that. And then we'll get right into the show, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome to the morning Joce. We do this every morning. Make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out when y'all get here. You feel me? The morning announcement goes as follows. Hold on, because I want to make sure I'm giving this my undivided attention while I'm saying this, because this matters. You know what I mean? I hate that YouTube takes forever to load when I'm loading it from my phone. Come on. All right, let me pin this message. All right. So, y'all already know what it is. The morning announcements are as follows. Welcome to the morning Joce. We do this Monday through Friday. Y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out. I know some of y'all might be seeing my clips floating around TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you happen to see the dog, give her a like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my name out there and get the message out there, more importantly. So make sure y'all pull up and like the videos if you see me. But either way, I am here Monday through Friday. This is a Joce. We help you get through your work day. I already know how it is. You want to put something in your ear so you can just pass the time. That's what we do over here. This is the morning Joce. We do this Monday through Friday at a time around this time. So make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out on the morning Joce. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel as well. Also, you guys, please, Black America, do your genealogy. If you don't do anything else, genealogy is the most important thing that we need to be doing right now. As a matter of fact, one of the topics we're talking about today are Native Americans upset about Black Americans doing their genealogy and figuring out they are the true owners of the land. So y'all, please, you know it's working when they start the windmilling. Please do your genealogy and buy land as well. Also, Black America, it is imperative that we be prepared and ready for the spiritual warfare that is actively going on right now. And we need to get in touch with the Most High, whatever higher source you believe in. So please, if you can and the weather permits, find a place to ground, or at least try to put your feet on some soil on this earth. Recharge. You just don't understand how much the earth charges you when you don't wear shoes. You know what I was thinking about too when we were kids? The reason why we hardly ever got sick, the reason why we hardly ever had issues is because a lot of us didn't wear shoes early on in our lives. We were running around on these grounds and on these streets all the time. We got a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? We got in a lot of trouble. Mama saying, put shoes on your feet gonna be big, da. I don't know if that's really true or not, but what I do know is we were the healthiest when we didn't wear shoes, even in the country. Them people that live in the country, that's been in the country all their lives, that been outside with them without no shoes on, be 80, 100 years old, living forever because they always find a way to connect back to the earth. So please, Black America, if you can, find a way to do some grounding if you can, okay? Also, meditating, praying, whatever it is to get you back into your higher self, higher power, most high, whoever it is you subscribe to, or whatever it is you subscribe to. So please, y'all, do that. But we got a show today. Today, we will be discussing, it's a lot going on. T.I. versus 50 Cent is still going crazy. T.I. dropped a diss record, and it is popping. It is popping. I did like it and retweeted it or reposted it or whatever the case may be. The old tip is bike. And it looked like 50 is running scared. Now, 50 is still over there going back and forth with Tiny. What's something in my eye? 50 is still over there going back and forth with with King, and basically trying to drag Tiny in it. But the biggest flex that not only King posted, but then Tip turned around and posted was King was like, you rich, but at the same time you poor because you don't have nothing and nobody to share it with. So he basically went on to talk about the importance of family, and that's really where riches come in. And ultimately, once he said that, T.I. doubled back with a video doing the diss with his mama and Tiny and the whole family, kind of a diss at Tip about not having his mama here and things of that nature. The beef is going crazy. I'm really hoping 50 get in the booth, but I don't know. We'll get into that. Lil Kim blames the fans. Lil Kim, Kimberly, you know I love me some Kim. She said the fans is the reasons why her career didn't go nowhere. Now, y'all know I love me some Kim. but I gotta get her. We gonna get into it. What else? Clarissa Shields. Her and the girl Franchon, whatever the lady name is, I thought it was cool. They hugged and kissed yesterday, and now all of a sudden it went viral. The lady Franchon that came out and said it's still up, and that Clarissa know what she did, and she don't rock with her. And I'm like, what? What then happened? So we got to get into all of that. Then we got to get into some education because y'all already know what it is. We got the Native Americans threatening to sue Black America. Why? Because we doing genealogy and figuring out who we are. This is how you know we're on the right path. So y'all, we gonna get into that. We also have some clear woman that came out and was honest. It was talking about how a lot of clear people are jealous of the fact that they have no connection to culture, because culture actually puts you a connection to the earth, to the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? But a lady came out and was very honest about it. We're gonna discuss it. And then a couple other things if I get some time. But either way, y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video, and shout out to everybody in the building. Okay, if you haven't already, please like the video, y'all. Seriously, that gets the video in the algorithm, and it lets the people know we are around here, Joce out. You get it? So y'all, please like the video. Now, I want to say I have an honorable mention, but don't get me the line. Girl, look at Cardi. Did I write her down? Get Cardi on here. What is Cardi on here talking about, girl? Oh, she's talking about thanks for the sellout show. I was going to talk about Cardi, and let me just mention it. Let me just say this. So I seen Cardi B going back and forth. Let's make her an honorable mention. Since she brought up, maybe it's for me to talk about her. I did not want to talk about her, but here we are. Okay, y'all notice. Remember I told y'all in the past, I said, bro, I ain't say bro, but I said, y'all, they're blending fan bases. Remember I told y'all, I say a lot of the entertainment fan base, they're blending that fan base to go into the sports fan base, because the fan bases are dwindling. Basically, people are waking up to the illusion of what they thought was, myself included, like football. We're waking up from these illusions, and we kind of backing away from the table, like whatever. So the powers that were, the people who were making all these money, are getting very desperate, and what they're doing is combining fan bases. So you'll see a lot of celebrities dating a lot of athletes and things of that nature. Now, another way you've seen this, and you can take the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj thing, is through politics and rap as well. Because remember, we're also, not only are these people trying to combine fan bases for money, since we are in the age of Aquarius, i.e. the age of knowing, they're trying to create more confusion. So the more they consolidate, the more that they erase and put together, the more the easier it'll be to control. Does that make sense? So boom. So you see, Cardi B has already been on the left side, pro, you know what I mean, left, Hillary, Biden, and all of them. And prior to recently, Nicki was kind of out of politics. But recently, she had been going back and forth with Gavin Newsom, and now she's over there in the bed with the right side. Now, I keep telling Black America this. All you Negroes that ran from that Democratic plantation thinking you found salvation on that Republican one, you are sadly mistaken. And every time we talk about politics, I'm going to tell y'all this till somebody wake up. Because this ain't the Republican Party that you remember. This is not them people. The Republican Party that we were once a part of was run by us. It was another FUBU for us, by us. All of the people in that party was us. Them people y'all running to over there on that right, that ain't them. So please tread light with thinking you done made it out of slavery. You just made it on a brand new plantation. Okay? Anyways, now that I got that out of the way, Cardi B has been back and forth with these politics, and so has Nicki Minaj. And this is another way to dilute the fan bases, number one, because now, first of all, if I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to be mean, most people who are very indulged and are engaged into entertainment, most people, not all, but most of those people are not intelligent in other areas like history or politics or things of that nature. Those people typically are like the go with the wave kind of people. If my fave says we voting blue, then we voting blue no matter who. If my fave said we voting red, then we vote red till we dead. You see what I'm saying? Or you got some people who fave don't say nothing and they just kind of get stuck in the middle and they just go with the wash. However the algorithm pushing back and forth. You see what I'm saying? But either way, most of those people who are heavily into entertainment don't have a political identity. So bringing these celebrities over to politics is a surefire way for these politicians and these parties to get more fans. Even though most of those people who were voting were going to vote whatever way they were going to vote regardless, what they're doing is bringing in a bunch of people who's going to do whatever it is they tell them to do, and that creates more political power. So now you got Cardi B on the blue side, and you got what's the lady named Nicki Minaj on the red side, and they already have polar opposite fan bases. Cardi B's fan base hates the Barbs, and the Barbs hate the Barty gang. It's ridiculous, even though they both tethers doing Black American music. Don't get me started, because I'm trying to stay on topic, but the revolutionary inside of me keep coming out with things in my head. You see what I'm saying? But either way, two tethers, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj on either side of the coin, and they got both fan bases windmilling with their head now. Most of them don't know crap what they talking about politically. However, the comma, here they go over there talking and and now here it is. Cardi's gonna keep up her fan base, because remember, these characters, or what do y'all call them? Celebrities. I call them your gods. But these celebrities have one job, not to sing, act, rap, or none of that. Their one job is to lead you to the slaughter. So whoever's leading Cardi or in charge of Cardi, telling her lead her people down the Democratic plantation, and whoever's leading Nicki is telling her lead her people down the Republican plantation. And this is what we have. I've seen Cardi going back and forth with Gavin Newsom. I don't live in California, but if you Black and you vote for Gavin Newsom, I feel sorry for you. This is the same man who was making it legal in California that your children can partake in, what is it, drug, hormone replacement, whatever that stuff is, where they was making the children TSs, and legally there's nothing that you can do about it legally. And also it was trying to go as far as if you try to intervene, they put your ass in jail. See, this the same clear man that got on the internet and said, I made a low score on my SATs too, Black people. Ain't I'm just as dumb as y'all? Why y'all don't vote for me? This why I don't deal with politics. But the point that I'm making is this. Please do not get caught up in the fodder between Cardi B, Gavin Newsom, or none of these people, because this is all a bunch of distraction. That's all it is. They're using these people that you revere for whatever talent you think they have, because Cardi B ain't got now. They're using these people to get you to shape your mind, to get you to think the way that they want you to think and do exactly what it is they want you to do. Right now, Black America need to be doing genealogy. We need to be sitting around trying to figure out who we are, getting our identity together. We need to be doggone delineating. Yay. We got so much Black America could be doing. We don't need to be following two tethers on the same pole. Does that make sense? Because I be damned if two tethers gonna have me windmilling on each other. I be damned. And I don't give a damn how you care about Cardi or Nicki. Said what I said. Y'all know how I feel about these celebrities. Girl, please. That's your God, not mine. Let's move on. Nah. Because I had to say that part. Speaking of delusion, and we on female rappers with delusion, let's stay here. Lil Kim, Kimberly Denise Jones, come to the front of the congregation, Fed. You know, I thought, first of all, let me start by saying this before I get into the segment. I was a huge Lil Kim like fan. When I was young, too young to be listening to this crap, but when I was young, sneaking in, listening to Lil Kim, you couldn't tell me nothing. I used to sit down and try to remember all them lyrics and rewind them songs to hear them lyrics so I could write them down and memorize them so I could hurry up and throw the lyrics away so my mama won't find them. So I could be saying, I used to be scared of the... Now I throw hips to the... handle it like a real bitch. It hadn't had not a piece of dick. You feel what I'm saying? It didn't matter though. When I sung the song, I needed to feel it. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, that was me. You know, living outside of me where I wasn't supposed to be. Okay. At any rate, in the midst of doing that, I was like, Lil Kim couldn't do no wrong. She was on all of the doggone magazines. My girl was sitting with the clears and runways. I was like, girl, you can't tell her nothing. And then she went to jail, prison, trying to be down. And I said, girl, can't be me. Girl, I don't never want to be that down. You know what I'm saying? But she tried to be down and went to jail. And then she came back. She only did a year and some change. You know what I'm saying? She came back and she was a bit peculiar, but we were still trying to figure it out. Child, Kim came back and I don't know what happened with her career. I can tell you what happened with her career, conspiracy theorist wise. The industry wanted to move her out the way to make way for Minaj, Nicki, that is, so she can come teach the girls how to lick each other's coochies. You see what I'm saying? So they had to get Lil Kim out of the way. It was good. They needed to use her to get her out there to get females a brand on hip hop. Then once they got through with her, they grabbed Nicki and said, come on, teach these hoes how to eat each other coochie. And here she come. Hey, little get at that. I want to sign your tickle, bitty. She was doing all of that. And then once they got finished with Nicki, they plucked her out the way and then put another tether in front of her, Cardi, and they about to pluck her too. Just wait. But right after they finish this tour, probably. But they got Cardi to come in after them hoes learned how to eat each other's coochie. Then Cardi came in and just ran it up. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, Kim seems to be on this thing with who this is, Nick Cannon. And she on here saying that the reason her career flopped or got canceled or whatever was because of the fans. Now, if I recall, I think industry-wise, they knocked you off. They plucked you off. But ultimately, if I want to say in the 3D where we sat, I don't think it was the fans. I'm going to give y'all my opinion because I was there. Let's get into Lil Kim saying why she feel like her career didn't go to where it was supposed to go. Let's get into it.
So then I got to ask that question. What inspires Lil Kim?
My family, my friends, people who believe in me. Listen, I'm about to say something, and I mean, some people might say, but I can't stand my fans sometimes, yo.
Why?
I hate them because they don't get it. I really feel like some of the, and I'm not talking to all of them, obviously, but like the ones that think they know me, think they control me, think that they know best for me.
The fanatics, the stands.
Yeah, and the ones that, and then those are the ones that just, I told them, believe it or not, y'all are the reason why we're not where we're supposed to be yet.
Oh, wow. Tell me more. They love you, though. They just love you with so much passion and conviction.
Yeah.
They feel like they're so close to you.
Yeah, but, we gotta, elevation was always my thing. The reason why I think I'm still moving out is because I had learned to say, I don't give a fuck. Fuck whatever I don't care no more. I'm going to do it my way.
And, I mean, you've been proven doing it your way has worked this far.
Yeah, and then, the last few years, I'm just like, you know what, whatever.
Okay. So now, first of all, let me be clear, because I think we need to be clear about this word fan, because words are powerful. When I was a fan of Lil Kim back in the day, I was not a fanatic. I never found out where her, what we used to have back then before we had the internet, fan mail. I never sent her no fan mail. I never followed every single move she made. I never been that type of fan to nobody, to be honest. However, I did enjoy her music. So everything she dropped, every video she had, I was on it. Okay. So maybe she has a group of fans that are too, hands-on. I don't know nothing about that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But Lil Kim, Kimberly Denise Jones, I just wanted to come on here and say from my perspective what I think happened. This is just me. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw because I was there. Girl, you got locked up trying to stay down for them Negroes, and you came back looking like a Latino leprechaun, girl. You came back looking like a Puerto Rican poochie. with a lighter hollering, welcome to Bed-Stuy. And bitch, when we saw that, we was like, what? Who that is? And you was over there with the lighter with buku niggas behind you, a bunch of big pun looking niggas hollering about niggas gotta have a lighter to cross the bridge. And we was of confusion because you looked at Puerto Rican with a Jamaican accent in a Caribbean song. Girl, we didn't know what was going on. Lil Kim, I ain't gonna lie, I love you down, Fat, but I gotta take that part. I gotta say this part out loud. It was you, Fat. It wasn't us. It was you. We still don't understand what's going on. Nobody told you to come back and do no auto-tune and do all of that Jamaican. I don't know who you was in jail with playing with, but ain't nobody asked you to come back and do all that ugly ass shit. All we wanted you to do was come back and spit the bars, girl. You came back looking like somebody else with somebody else's style and their songs, and we just wasn't for it. And then on top of that, this girl had came out with a song, and it started off like, I was on the plane with Dwayne. You could call me you could call me Whitley. I go to Hill, Maine. If you know an itty bitty piggy in the market, get that bitch a quarter and tell her park it. I don't fuck with pigs like assalamu alaikum. I put them in a feeling now that's coming. And when I heard that, I ain't gonna lie. For the first 2 weeks, I was ashamed. I used to only say the lyrics in my room. I refused to say them in the car because I said, I can't do this. I can't turn on Kim. I can't do it. I got to be loyal. But then Kim started dropping them bitches back to back. And then you kept tripping. You got lighter. You got shorter. Your face got crazier. I didn't know what was going on. So I just had no choice but to go over there by the Nixter. I had to go by the Nixter because there was nothing left for me here. We didn't recognize you, Kimberly. I had to say that part. And I love you down, girl. But we didn't understand. We was of confusion about what was happening. And Nicki was dropping them bitches back to back to back to. We just, like, we had to go with the move. Like, I feel like you need to understand. But again, like I said, I don't know. I don't be in New York. Maybe the fans up there be saying something different. But I'm just telling you from my point of view, it was you. You should have never put the lighters up. I'm just saying. You should have never went to jail and came back Puerto Rican. That's your fault. Before you went to jail, you wasn't Puerto Rican. You was a little light-skinned, but you wasn't Puerto Rican. You went to jail, came back a Latina, and you had a Jamaican accent. That's what I remembered. I don't know if y'all remember something different. Drop down in the comments. But Kim, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm sorry. It was you, Fat. It wasn't us. It was you. Why would she do that? Who put her in the studio and she was like, I got a new song. And it was like, how it go? And she was saying, welcome to Bed-Stuy. Why nobody ain't stop her right there? Because I would have said, wait, pause. Cut the music. Bitch, what? Wait. Let me get, no. You didn't used to talk like that and rap like that. Who done been in your head down there at the jailhouse, girl? Cut the music. I wouldn't have let you record it. I'm just saying. And it wasn't a bad song. It just took me 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of listening to it back to back to back, because I had to make myself love it. But once I did, I loved it. And I know the whole song. Better have a pass when you cross that bridge. See, I'm still a fan. I know the whole song. I learned the whole song on purpose, even though I didn't want to. Because I felt like I owed Nicki that. Because I had been rocking with Nicki too hard. She was dropping them bitches. The one shit, put a 3 in the chat if y'all was there. I ain't gonna lie. Kim was going through her mind, her identity crisis, and that whole Nicki was going, bah. Bitch, I ain't gonna lie. I felt bad, so I had to make myself like the song. I did. But go lay down, Kim, please. Kimberly, please go lay. Girl, it's you. It ain't us. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I'm tired of Kimberly. Denise Jones, I'm not going to let you put that on us. You still don't look the same, girl. Don't do that to us. Don't play with no us. Miss Terry Elizabeth, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in the building. My peace RB5B45. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I want to bless you and thank you for the information and starting me on my healing and doing my genealogy. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you, my peace. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could help in any way. Thank you. And thank you so much for blessing me. I appreciate it. And it's going to come back to you. Trust me. Thank you so much, man. I be loving to hear that type of stuff. His true, y'all be with these names. His story in the making. Got it. Thank you. History in the making for the super chat. I love it. I had to figure it out. I had to slow down and pronounce it. But I got it. History in the making. Thank you so much for the super chat, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. And shout out to everybody in the building. Now, we need to move on. Let's get into, all right. I said I wasn't going to do it, but let's do it. Hold on. Who this is? Thank you for the super chat. What you cooking? Says, happy Tuesday, Boo. Hashtag babe. Yes, hashtag babe. Black Americans versus everybody. Stop acting crazy. We're going to get into it. Thank you. All right, y'all. I want to get into, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Let's get into it. Since we're here. So I want to talk about this America's Next Top Model bit. I didn't even put him in the in the title, but we'll just Joseph right quick. All right, so I watched the entirety of America's Next Top Model. And I know everybody hates what's her name? Tyra Banks. You know what's crazy? I had saw an old video right after I watched America's Next Top Model. This is how you know this internet don't play and that algorithm don't play. Right after I watched America's Next Top Model, I logged into YouTube and an old video from when she interviewed Superhead. Y'all remember when Tyra Banks interviewed Superhead and was trying to give Superhead a whole bunch of crap because Superhead had named all them people in her book? And Tyra, big forehead ass, was on there being mean to the girl, talking about, you know, people are going to hate you. You know, people are going to not like you for what you did. You name names. Like, what did you expect? Like, you had to expect the back. It was almost like she named her nigga. Yay. I started to wonder if one of them niggas in the book belonged to Tyra. The way she was cutting up. Your girl, go look it up on YouTube. Tyra been something else, yeah. She been something else, baby. She ain't just get like this. I blame her mom. Since every time we turn around, she want to sit up here and holler, I speak to my mom. Because my mom, well, I want to blame your mom. Tyra been a piece of work. You hear me? At any rate, and don't get me wrong, people was upset about Superhead, and I'm just getting off subject. But that book, if you ain't never read that book by Superhead, girl, Confessions of a Video Vixen, girl... Talk about locked in from page 1 to the end. Bitch, please. I might go get it so I can reread it, girl. Anyways, everybody hates Tyra, and rightfully so, but they've been hating Tyra. It's just, they just re-hate her again. And I learned Tyra live in Australia, so Tyra don't have to deal with none of this. Tyra said, girl, that's worlds apart. And when you go abroad, you understand that when you live outside of America, I swear to God, you don't have to be affected by none of this. So anyways, so everybody hates Tyra, but not enough people are speaking on the other 3 people behind this. Miss J, what's his last name? J Manuel, J Alexander, and this here photographer here. Because I tell you guys all the time, these people, y'all, we always locate the person like the Diddy. We located the Diddy, but nobody wanted to delve in on the system, the people that made Diddy possible. Tyra is the easy scapegoat, but the fact of the matter is there's a system that sat around Tyra that not only promoted Tyra to do the things that she did, but that protected Tyra and helped aid and abet in her to do all these things. And the fact of the matter is all 3 of these niggas is a part of that. I get it. They got in the documentary, you know, some of them with new faces talking about how you know, oh, I had my chance and I said what I wanted to say and and I think Tyra should just come out and say what she has to say. I heard all of that, but y'all are not absolved from the issue or from the idea that everybody was down with the torture of these girls to make this show, because everybody was. It wasn't just Tyra. And I told y'all, matter of fact, let me just put this disclaimer out here. This whole ANTM, America's Next Top Model segment, is all conspiracy theory. So all my conspiracy theorists, tap in, put the 3s in the chat, because I'm letting everybody know everything I'm saying right after this is all a conspiracy theory. So don't ask me. It's all conspiracy, girl. Keep your ears open, but don't listen. Does that make sense? All right, so I believe that America's Next Top Model was simply a Squid Game type of deal. If y'all ever watched the show Squid Game on Netflix, the premise of the show is the people at the bottom compete, fight, and damn near kill each other and themselves to get to the prize at the end. But the gag about the end is there's a bunch of really, really, really rich people with a lot of influence, a lot of status, and a lot of wealth who we never get to really see. But it's these people who are funding this thing. And the gag is, even if the person wins the prize, they typically don't win, but you end up losing all the way. Okay, so it's the same situation with ANTM. What I believe is there was some really dark, gruesome, disgusting, vile people, if they are even people, probably reptilians, behind the scenes that was using ANTM to promote and do all kind of satanic rituals. So all of those photo shoots with girls being hungover or overdosing on drugs and being shot and all that stuff, I believe those are all real instances that they played out on the show. Yes, they put it on primetime TV and had these girls reenact this stuff, but I believe these are actual things that was happening in real time behind the scenes. This is a conspiracy theory. This is a conspiracy theory. Them churn and that Got Milk ad, I believe, were trafficked children. All of it. I think we were all witness in writing in black and white or color TV, pixie color, whatever they call it. I believe we were all front row for the Squid Game that they called America's Next Top Model. And each and every one of these pluckers that was in on this are all complicit. Nobody gets to walk away and say, well, you know, for the times, because the times haven't changed. The people haven't changed. The thing is, they want you to believe that it was more acceptable then, but it wasn't, because if we knew what was happening behind the scenes, we wouldn't have watched the show. So it wasn't acceptable. It was perceived to be acceptable, but it wasn't acceptable. It just wasn't. But I believe, conspiracy theory, that this whole ANTM was one big ass ritual. All of it. From Tyra to the man Ken Mock, all the way down. And I believe everybody that touched that doggone show played a part, knowingly or unknowingly, to the ritual. Period, point blank. Now, the one I wanted to really gather on here, wait, before I say that, is there something else I wanted to say? Oh, Eva the model. I also believe, conspiracy theory, Eva the model is not really Eva the model. I believe Eva the model was the plant sit in there, you know, kind of like that girl from Danity Kane, the one from New Orleans. Y'all know her name, Dawn. She was also a plant that was playing before they got to making the band. Do your research. I believe Eva was another plant that was placed there. She probably was one of them Jack and Jill kids. If you don't know what Jack and Jill is, it is a secret society for kids of the boule, for the secret society people. Go look it up. We talked about it on doggone Educational Friday. I believe that Eva was either one of them Jack and Jill kids or somehow had a way all the way in there, and she was a goddamn plant. That's why she can get on here and say, oh, well, I didn't experience any of this. I heard the stories and I was in awe because, bitch, you worked for the people. This is a conspiracy theory, though. The one that stuck out to me most, Miss J, the black man, the one on the end. His whole claim to fame was walking gave this man a career. Walking gave him an identity. Walking gave him a life, a lifestyle. Walking is literally what made this man Miss J. And I find it ironic that boom, you get a stroke and the first thing go away from you is your ability to walk. I am of curiosity there. I'm not going to claim nothing on this man, and I ain't going to say what I know it to be, because I don't know. But it makes me wonder what could have happened personally where the Most High would take the one thing, rather he took it all, any other entity y'all probably was playing with around there on this doggone ritual y'all call a show. Because we got to start there first. I do believe with these rituals, these people be behind the scenes playing with a lot of dark stuff. So I don't know who took your ability or what took your ability to walk, but I do find it ironic, Miss J, that the one thing through a stroke that was taken from you was your ability to walk. I am of confusion and I am of curiosity. I would like to know if you would do a tell-all to just tell us what's tig, because that ain't no coincidence. That is not a coincidence. That don't just go like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, God don't give you a gift to just take it away. What happened? This is just a question. I don't know. This is all conspiracy hour. Don't pay me no mind. You know what I mean? This is all conspiracy hour. Pay me no mind. But I would be curious to know what happened to where your ability to walk, which was your ability to feed yourself, is what will be taken from you. And then on top of that, now you have a GoFundMe. But I told y'all these celebrities are broke. Ben told y'all that. They all living like they got it, but they broke. He got to start a GoFundMe and get money from the common folk. But I am of confusion again, because then my question would be, where your celebrity friends at? All them hoes you taught how to rip the runway, ain't nobody. You could have I think the goal is 100K. He could have got that 100K with 2-3 friends. Where your people at? And again, I'm not saying nothing wrong about Miss J. I don't know this man. From what I remember in his energy, I didn't see a horrible person. I didn't see a great person. I didn't see a horrible person. I got bad energy off of Tyra. I got fake energy off the punk, the Latino punk. Very, very fake. I'm talking about so fake, I didn't even know if he knew who he was. Very fake energy off the punk. And I never really read Nigel Barker. He was just the clear man who was like 90s clear fine. I didn't never read him. You see what I'm saying? But either way, I had my feelings about it. But I would be of question of what happened to Miss J. But anyway, that's what I'm going to say on the ANTM today. Tomorrow we'll have I'll talk about something else that I seen. I'm not going to go character by character. I'm going to just go scenario by scenario, because I know I'm going to talk about the Shandy situation. I'm going to talk about, but we're going to talk about them in a conspiracy term. Spiritual. What's really happening? What really happened and what's really happened. Okay? So we'll get into it, y'all. Shout out to y'all, though. Get the likes up on the video. I don't know. I feel like that's the thing. Somebody said, I like Nigel. He was cool. I think so too. But he can't be cool because he worked with the devil. It's impossible. So now Nigel makes me more scared, because you the type of mud plucker. I'm thinking the coast is clear whole time. You know what I'm saying? It's like that scary movie. You running away from the monster or from the murderer or the killer, and you running and you and then the girl get into the man's arms and she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Someone's trying to kill me. And he's like, calm down. That's Nigel. Calm down. You're like, oh my God, they're trying to kill us back there at America's Next Top Model. The next thing you know, Nigel come out with a knife his damn self, talking about we all work together. Oh, you're the girl. Listen, I'm scared of Nigel. Them the ones I'm scared of. Tyra, I see that hoe coming from a mile away. I got her. That Nigel, I'm scared. You ain't clean working with them folks. You ain't clean working with them folks, and you look too clean. I'm scared. Say what I said. I'm terrified, bitch. Yeah. Y'all brain don't think about it. He too quiet and too nice. And he too. That's too much for me. Mm-hmm. Girl, yeah, Nigel to be the one. People be like, oh, Nigel cool. Girl, the Epstein file list, leak. Bitch, Nigel hanging monkeys from trees, bitch. Nigel got churned, double dutching on thin plexiglass, bitch. I'm scared of them people, girl. I don't trust none of them people, girl. Nigel be the worst one of them all, bitch. Nigel be done tied pit bulls by the tail, bitch. And put them on the ritual. No, sir. Y'all can have Nigel. I'm scared of them people, girl. Now let's move on. We got to get into Clarissa Shields and the Franchon girl. What happened? So they was just nice and sweet to each other yesterday. And now all of a sudden the girl Franchon, that water went down the wrong way. That girl Franchon still won't smoke. What happened? Everything was fine. Wait, girl. Let me go get it. I was of confusion. Why? What happened? Everything. So what y'all don't, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all know this, but Clarissa Shields and the girl Franchon, that's the girl that she fought. They had a pre-press conference situation to where it was a pushing match or whatever, and it almost turned into a big old fight. Now, Franchon and Clarissa Shields used to be friends, from what I understand. From what I understand, they used to be friends or whatever, but I guess when it's fight time, it's fight time. I don't know how you could fight somebody. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, they had their back and forth online. They had their back and forth at the press conference, and then they fought. And then it seemed like afterwards they had a beautiful thing to say with each other. I love you. I'm sorry. I respect you. Both of them did that. And then all of a sudden yesterday, Franchon doubled back when it went viral that they made up and was like, no, we still got beef. So let's get into it. It says, Clarissa Shields made a post in response to Franchon Cruz Desern following that what seemed to be a heartfelt moment that the boxers matched at their boxing match. Although the ladies appeared to be on good terms, Franchon said she loved Clarissa enough to let her go. So I don't know. Let's get into it. This is what the article says. Clarissa, quote, the article is reading this. It says, Clarissa, quote, I have so much respect for you. Franchon, quote, I love you. And then the article says, Clarissa Shields and Franchon Cruz Desern, make amends after their battle. So then Franchon responds and says, my words was out of hurt and betrayal. We are not friends. They know what was done. So I was like, wait a minute, because they literally was just on the doggone show. I mean, on the TV, hugging and giving each other love. So I don't know what it means. She says, my words was out of hurt and betrayal. We are not friends. They know what was done. Then Clarissa responds and says, shake my head, Franchon. Everything I said to you after the fight, I meant. I love you. She says, I admire you and I wish you and your family well. And we do not have to be friends. It's okay. Thank you for all you've ever done for me. And bye. So again, I haven't been following the off-screen drama between these two. But whatever it is, it's a lot. So we're going to get into it. According to Franchon, she says this. There are people I love that hurt me and betrayed me. Love takes time to turn off. For a moment, I saw the young lady I once thought I knew who is now lost. I'm sure she was genuine, but she is not the person I thought I knew anymore. I don't harvest or hone hate in my heart. My love has always been real. You don't know what was said. I don't hate her at all. I love her enough to let her go. I reserve the right to remove myself from spaces that don't serve me. And the article says Franchon Cruz made it clear today that this moment was out of hurt. She made it clear her and Clarissa are not friends anymore, and this whole fight week was a betrayal. Then she says, me telling Clarissa Shields I love her was not phony. She says, only she and I know. She knows I never hate on her, which I told her. It's her journey and I have my own. She is who she is and I am who I am. Paint me as a hater is wild, but it's cool. I never do things for social media. I am inclined to believe that something happened behind the scenes that we haven't seen. And I would hope, and I'm not jumping the gun, but I would hope that this is the truth, or I'm not hoping that it's the truth, but that this lady is telling the truth and Clarissa ain't feeling herself. Because I do know they say fame and all of that get the people head, you know, and things of that nature. It sounds like the girl feel like Clarissa might not be the same person she once knew. Her words. So it sounds like she's saying Clarissa done switched up in a bit, huh? Nigga say it sounded gay. That lady married. That lady got a husband. That lady is married with a husband. Nigga say I can never be cool with somebody who say I sold my soul for pap. Now that you're right. Because that was a low blow, bitch. If you gonna say I sold my soul, don't say I sold it for no pap, bitch. Now you done went too far. But anyways, I hate that this is happening. It seems like it's a lot going on behind the scenes. And I don't think the lady Franchon is being mean. Because if she was trying to be mean, I think she would have said horrible things. But she basically saying like, bro, like, this her journey. And I ain't gonna lie, it could sound like she's being a little bitter. Oh, this your journey and all that stuff. Or maybe she's not. Maybe I'm reading into it. But I ain't gonna dismiss that lady feelings. I think maybe there's something that could have went on back, you know, behind the scenes. Clarissa might be feeling herself. I don't know. But still, congratulations to the GWOAT, and also congratulations to the lady Franchon. She did an amazing job, and these women are class X. Shout out to these girls. Shout out to them. Let's move on. Now, T.I. versus 50. Let's get this on the road on the show. T.I. is still beefing with 50. 50 is still beefing with T.I. All of this stemmed because all T.I. wanted was a versus battle. According to T.I., him and Tip spoke behind the scenes a while ago. He said years ago, but still, they spoke behind the scenes and agreed that they would come on the internet and plan up the versus battle. Now, one thing I thought about yesterday, as it pertains to T.I. and 50, I said if T.I. spoke to 50 about this versus battle, or at least initiating a versus battle, and we see that he did this around the time he released new music, it's given that these people be planning this stuff years in advance. So, I'm going to drop an album next year in 2026, but when I do, I'm going to do a versus battle because it's going to help promote the album or the song or whatever I'm dropping, which makes sense. And around this time, you can get your stuff off. You can promote your stuff. I can promote my stuff during the verses. And then boom, I already got some new stuff popping. So it seemed like, because y'all got to take the personal stuff. Thank you. You get it. It seemed like this is a business situation here. It's bigger than what we see on the other side. We looking at the social media side of it. We looking at the idea of, oh man, it's messed up. 50 a whole hoe out here or Tip a whole hoe out here. This is business. And a lot of money and a lot of stuff is on the line here. So when you take the rap beef off the table, I see why Tip mad, because you done helped me renege. You done reneged on a lot of money that could have been coming in my pocket by waiting to the full quarter and saying, never mind, I changed my mind like Keisha Cole. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, does 50 have to help Tip? Absolutely not. He's well within his rights to be like, screw you. I can do what I want. But business-wise, as far as your word and all that stuff, I don't think that looks good. But then again, I don't think 50 cares, because 50 don't care about working with Tip on nothing. He just don't. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think that's what this is. I think we're kind of not looking at it for what it is behind the scenes, because Tip definitely has new music. And around this time, mind you, he goes on the podcast. He talks about the versus thing, and he had already dropped the running through the checker flag, Cadillac. He already dropped that bit. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. I like that little song. Or whatever. So I think their beef is bigger than that. But the point I'm making is this. Tip really felt some type of way that 50 backed out and reneged on him. And business-wise, I understand. Plus, y'all ain't never had no issue before. Nigga, you could have called me. You could have whoop-de-whoop. You feel what I'm saying? We being entertained. But this is some real shit going on behind the scenes. But 50, I told y'all, this is my belief. I believe that 50 don't want to do a versus with Tip because he know he not going to win. I give 52 albums. Yesterday, I gave him the one. But I think it's Get Rich or Die Trying. And what's the other one? It's 2 albums he got. But other than that, Tip is an international artist. Let's be clear. Tip could go put out his features. 50 could too, but the point is he could possibly lose, and 50 is not a rapper no more. I told y'all my conspiracy theory is he never was a rapper. They gave him this fake moniker. They took on what I learned recently. They took on the moniker of a real drug dealer named 50 Cent in the Hood, gave him that jacket, put him out there in front of everybody with the West Coast boys so he can get out there in front of us, tagged him with Dre, another plant. Tagged him with Dre, tagged the other clear plant who really ain't no real rapper, but really an imposter who was able to memorize some lyrics, the one y'all think is the GOAT. Eminem, don't start me, because you know he not no real rapper, right? Y'all know he's an actor, right? Am I taking y'all too fast? So once he got on board with the other plants, Dre and M, you feel me? He was able to take off. All he had to do was put out a couple of albums. Boom, he gone. Once he got his name out there, he said bye to music. And 50 ain't the only one. Jay-Z. A lot of these dudes start out in music playing like they really musicians, and they're not. Okay, now I know that conspiracy theory about Eminem gonna make a lot of y'all mad. It's gonna go over y'all head, but watch, I know I'm not wrong. But anyway, watch, it's gonna come out. He's an actor, he's not a rapper. He ain't even write that shit. Allegedly, this is a conspiracy theory. But anyway, where was I going with all of this? 50 Cent versus T.I. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, yeah. 50 went over there by the West Coast to get his stamp over there by the rest of them plants, and then he came into the business and took off as a businessman. He has not looked back to music at all. And unless he was doing something for power, he didn't never look back into music. And I think that that's the reason why 50 don't want to do a battle with Tip, because he might be exposed for the imposter that he really is, because he's really not an artist. I know he's an artist because he sold records, but he's really not an artist at heart. Does that make sense? All right, so in my opinion, 50 beefing with Tip is like the feds versus the police. Bitch, the sheriff versus the local police. Girl, HSI versus the FBI. Bitch, CIA versus bitch, oh girl, FEMA. I don't know. Meaning everybody working for the same place or for the same people. So what's Tip? You see what I'm saying? But 50 and Tip has been still going back and forth behind this beef, because instead of 50 responding to the verses and doing the music, he keeps responding personally to Tip. And he responded by putting that girl Tiny into this mix and saying that she was botched and all of that stuff. And while that is true, girl, we already know that. We done already said everything that needs to be said about Tiny. And it had nothing to do with Tiny. All Tip needed to do was get in the ring, but Tip refused to do so. So now here it is. They got beef in real life. Now, mind you, when he said what he said about Tiny, King jumped out the window. And people might feel like King wrong, but he not. That's his mama. King jumped out the window and told Tip he a lame ass nigga, a hoe ass nigga, this, that, and the third, and was saying all types of stuff on him. So now they've been going back and forth online with King talking about King talking about 50 being a rat, being a police. King also made a statement that Tip is missing the one thing that he wish he had. He said that Tip have all this money, but the one thing Tip wishes he had was family. He was like, and that's where he's rich at. And let me tell you something. King was not lying. Y'all, I get it. When you have an abundance of something, you don't realize how much you need it. So because most poor people are rich in family, we don't value family. But most rich people are poor in family, and they do. So 50 could have $1 trillion, but 50 does not have a family unit. 50 don't have a mother that loves him unconditionally. 50 does not have children who love him unconditionally. He doesn't even have a spouse that he can lay down in the bed, put head to pillow and say, babe, what you think about this? Babe, look what happened today. Boom, 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 boom. All of those things that we take for granted are very, very valuable. Extremely, actually. And I get it, in a world where bling bling is the most important, we seem to think that money is all that we need, and it's not. Will Smith even said it. I wish everybody in the world could experience being rich, so you could see having money does not make you feel good. It does not heal you. It doesn't make things better. And could you imagine? I need everybody to just think. Could you imagine having everything you want? Everybody just take 2 seconds. I'm talking about unlimited money, unlimited resources, unlimited access to any and every place you want, and you ain't got nobody to do it with. Imagine having all of that. No best friends, no mama, no family, no kids. At first, it's cool. At first, it's lit. Turn me up. But after a while, the human nature starts to kick in, and then it's just you. And then you see people on there saying it's lonely at the top. Now, I'm not saying that you got to take your specific family with you. The point I'm making is 50 is one of them niggas that's up at the top that got all of this access, but he really is poor in what really counts, and that's family, because that's where riches come from. You're not going to tell me 50 is living his best life. I don't give a damn how much money he got. He hadn't even been able to curate his own family. He hadn't even been able to create his own family. Even Boosie did that. Rather, Boosie had to go get 50-11 women pregnant to have 50-11 kids. He still went and created his own family. 50 has yet to do that. He's got the one little Bruce Leroy kid, and he better hope that little boy, or the little boy better hope 50 don't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. The one who looked exactly like him, who have his namesake damn near, he don't want nothing to do with. You can't tell. Listen, y'all can let this internet fool y'all. That shit done had that nigga in a fetal position, a many a nice crime behind that, and you not gonna make me say otherwise. He'll never come on here and tell you that. But you don't think it affects 50, Curtis, that his son, the one who look exactly like him, he don't have no relation? Come on, man. Y'all let these people on the internet play with y'all. And that's the problem. And then y'all start to believe in what y'all seeing on the internet when what you seeing on the internet ain't even real. Them niggas is everybody playing and faking. I keep telling y'all that. That's why he keep getting into it with everybody. So when what's the little boy name? He's not a little boy. When King said what he said about 50 not being rich and family, that was the lowest of the lowest blows. 50 can't come back from that. He can talk about how tiny look. He can talk about all of these things about their family, but at the end of the day, these are all things he wished that he had. Okay? Now, let's get into the little back and forth between him and King. So, him and King are going back and forth. And we saw a little bit of what King said yesterday, and I'll play it when I find it. Basically, King was like, you nigga, I'm not going about my mama as he shouldn't. My mama ain't had nothing to do with this. This was between you and my pops. And the way I'm raised, I'm going head first, 5150 behind my mama. Shout out to King as he should. But 50 kept trolling on his page, kept posting pictures of Tiny and all that stuff. And shout out to Tiny, because, I know I done made fun of Tiny too, but this give me a different perspective. You got to be a strong bitch. Do you hear me? To just have the whole internet just playing with you every 30 business days, bitch. I'm not even being funny. Tiny got to be a strong bitch. I think the only way I could survive that is I wouldn't log in, bitch. You wouldn't be, girl. Okay. Anyways, let's get into King and what he posted about 50. So King, because they going back and forth, this is one of the things he posted about 50. He says, all you do is apply pressure to families. Bring that smoke to the chimney, F nigga. He says, just getting started at 50 Cent. So here he's posting this video of 50. I guess this is an old video of him in court for beating 3 women. Now, mind you, according to 50, and remember I told y'all this when 50 was putting out all that tea about Diddy. I said, I understand Diddy and the people like Diddy. Not saying that they right, but I feel like, nigga, if me and you come up in the same crowd doing dirt together, you can't wait till you get on the other end and then try to start snitching and throwing the dirt on me. Nigga, we done did dirt together. And I said that. I said, this 50 got to be careful because he got his own dirt. While he over here championing, oh, we want to see Diddy go down. We want to see Diddy go down. I said he got to make sure his jacket is clean. And we know it's not. We know 50 got the beef with the baby mama and all of that. So his King posting his what do you call it, court case with him beating 3 women. Y'all like the video.
Curtis Jackson, 29-year-old who admitted to trampling and beating 3 women at a concert.
He attacked women. We were just there to see a concert. We were not there to get beat up. We were not there to get hit.
The rapper with the gangster attitude stepped on 2 of the women and punched the 3rd in the face after jumping into the crowd in search of someone who threw a water bottle at him during a surprise concert at this club in May of 2004.
They did nothing to justify or excuse the defendant's actions.
He has demonstrated since his earlier run-in with the law as a young man that he is a law-abiding citizen.
You ain't got no trouble.
That is not the image 50 Cent uses to sell his music, but it will have to be. Judge Robert Coomer accepted Jackson's admission of the facts, gave him a lecture on how this incident would reflect on the rapper's 9-year-old son, and then continued the case for 2 years without a finding. In the meantime, the rapper will have to submit to random drug tests, pay the medical expenses of his victims, pay court costs, undergo anger management treatment, and produce an anti-gun violence public service announcement. Jackson signed off on the deal. And then snuck out of the courthouse through a back door. Curtis Jackson, 29.
So that's one of the things King posted. So basically that shows that 50 has had his past with women too. It doesn't surprise me at all, but you know, it is what it is. This is what 50 had posted about King prior to King posting that about 50. Now, mind you, King is a young adult, but yet still young. 50 is old. I just feel like even if 50 was going back and forth between him and Tip, I just feel like bringing Tiny in it was just low hanging fruit. I mean, like, she don't even have nothing to do with it. This what King had said originally when he said he wasn't going.
Your mama dead as fuck, nigga. Your mama dead as fuck. Go dig her up. Go dig her up. Fuck. Post a picture of your motherfucking mama, nigga. She dead, nigga. Pay respect, nigga. Stop fucking playing with my mama, nigga. Nigga ain't playing like that. Nigga ain't going like that, nigga. How y'all bitch ass niggas raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mama, nigga. I'm not going, nigga. So tell your dead ass mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my motherfucking mama, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Y'all niggas better tie y'all motherfucking shoes. Y'all niggas don't know who the fuck y'all fucking with, nigga. You better put that music up and nigga shut the fuck up, nigga. Cause all that other shit ain't gonna get it. On my mother. Your mama dead as fuck, nigga. Dig that bitch up. Nigga not going. Nigga not. Go put some flowers on that bitch grave, nigga. Man, nigga posting my mama a motherfucking legend. Your mama a motherfucking J, nigga. Stop, man. Don't never think you can get on this motherfucking level and you can compete with us, nigga. We on a whole different ball game, nigga. We got a whole different type of level of respect around here, nigga. You get on that do that bitch ass shit, nigga. You a hoe ass nigga, nigga. I would say that shit to your face, nigga. Nigga, man, nigga not going. Nigga not going. Now what the fuck you gonna do about that? Nigga not going. I don't give a fuck about how a nigga play it. Nigga not going. Nigga posting my mama like your mama ain't dead as fuck.
As you can see, this is what 50 had posted, things of that nature.
Celebrate you.
Yes, sir.
But if you get a chance, you hear me? You hear me, Kevin?
This was 50 posts about T.I. and called him King Rat. And then Tip said, you've been playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life. You know I got your paperwork, right? It says, and my transcripts is available online. Your excuse is useless. Get your whole ass in the box or shut the F up and live in fear. What they say? In fear, something of your son. I can't see that. You're lost my respect or whatever.
If you get a chance,
yes, sir.
Please tell 50 bring his ass on out here and get this smoke. Please tell 50 Cent, get his hit records and come on and sit down and see what the South got to say, goddammit.
Jesus Christ. You say you want that man to see all full-fledged what the South got.
I want him to see what the South got to say. Now listen, hey, I'm the king below the Mason-Dixon line, king of the South. I speak for all of the Southern people. New York been saying shit under their breath about us and having little bullshit, slick-ass comments about us, thinking it's all slow down here. But they want to come down here and go to our malls and go to our clubs. But then they want to kick it like, nigga, we substandard when they get back up top. Well, celebrate you.
Yes, sir.
But top, well, that shit stop right now.
Yeah, you say you done with that.
That shit stop right now, goddammit. The king say that shit stop. He say he the king of New York. And if he don't want to do it, and one of them other niggas up there who got a goddamn catalog want to pull up, tell them come see the king. Don't come around me. Come sit down with me.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, Tip. I'm here for it.
Tell them come see. Goddammit. Andre told him the South had something to say, and I'm saying it.
You saying what needs to be said, bottom line.
Period. Ain't no motherfucking dispute. We the shit. They last year. We the future. So anybody don't like it, come see the king. And we gonna start with 50. And if he don't want to do it, then we gonna go pick somebody else. But in order for him to not, he either gonna have to accept the challenge or bitch up. Those top. Well, that shit stop right now.
So that's an old video, one of the earlier videos from Tip. And this is what 50 posted after that, because Tip was like, keep my name out of your mouth. And then obviously Tip King came back with his rant, telling him to go dig his mama up, because what you're not gonna do is play with my mama. Just to give y'all a timeline of events. Then 50 posted this video of somebody dragging for Tiny again.
Like that?
Ooh.
May God bless America. If my wife look like that,
Ooh.
may God bless America.
50 posted that video. Then King posted what I just showed y'all with 50 in jail for beating up 3 women. So the beef online is still ongoing. 50 has not stopped. King has not stopped. And King, like I said, I don't think he's wrong. Now, on the other side of this, T.I. is over there writing bangers in the studio. T.I. has all created a diss song, and it's fire. And basically, some of the lyrics, I can't play it because I don't know if I don't know if T.I. is like, what's his name? Like, Kendrick Lamar. When They Not Like Us came out, he let us play his diss record so we could get it in the algorithm. I don't know. So I'm not going to play the song. But T.I. went back to the drawing board and created another diss record, basically calling 50 a rat. He said a whole bunch of stuff. The diss record is really tight too. He went off on Tip, basically saying that he's scared of the smoke and that he's a snitch and all of those things of that nature. I wanted to show y'all the video with Tip at home because this was the biggest flex for me. Hold on. When T.I. was at home and he posted this video, this was the one that, in my opinion, shut everything down. Is it this one? This one. Can y'all see this? Yeah. When 50 posted his diss record, sitting at a table on his mama's birthday, shout out to that beautiful Pisces queen, with his mama sitting next to him, his wife sitting next to him, his sons, his family around a round table that he has created. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest flex. I don't care if 50 had all the gold and all the money in the world. It wouldn't matter because he ain't got nothing and nobody to share with. 50 is not as blessed, in my opinion. He's not as rich as T.I. because T.I. don't have to have as much money. But he at least have people who love him, adore him, and want to see the best for him. He got his mama, he got his wife, and he got his kids. You don't think 50 wish he had a portion of that? And if y'all think that 50 is this goddamn black Russian fighter or something and he don't have no heart, then y'all foolish. I'm pretty positive when he saw Tip post this video, then when he kissed his mama at the end, I said, oh my God. Then when he kissed his mama at the end, I said, dad go. Yup, and grandkids. You right what you cooking, and grandkids. This is the flex for me. But again, because a lot of us are around our crazy family, we feel like, hell, girl, give me the money and hell with these family. But I'm telling you now, you see too many people tell y'all it's lonely at the top. That means that a lot of people, when they getting their money, they be wanting to have their family there and they can't. 50 is one of them people. You get it? Now, I think his sister died. Remember, the sister and the mama look just alike. Y'all remember that? The sister and the mama look alike. The sister died, I think. I think the mama's still alive. The sister and the mama look just alike. Girl, they look the same age, too. It was weird. I thought that was a sacrifice. Oh. I did. Around that time, my conspiracy theory brain started twitching. Precious, that's her name. Yeah, around that time, I was like, oh yeah, that was a sacrifice. I did say that. I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you what I was saying around the time, what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he still has his family, and to me, that's the winner. But we'll see how 50. Let me see if 50 Cent responded to anything since then. Hold on. Y'all like the video. Because last time I got off of here, as soon as I got off, I saw King had responded. Hold on. Y'all gotta go check out that diss song. It's fire. I ain't gonna lie. It's fire. It's fire. Let me see if 50 responded to anything as of yet. If not, we are going to move on as we always should. What is this? Why is he posted with toilet paper? You know soon, if you're not working with me or Tyler, you're not working. I hate to break it to you, but it is what it is. So I forgot about this one. He's trying to say, because you know Tip is an actor too. Now, this is just what I'm assuming, because Tip is an actor, has a nice little acting portfolio. And you know, 50 has that studio in Shreveport. And you know, I can't remember who it was I saw online, but somebody made a point. They said, what 50 need with a studio? And I was like, what you mean what he need with a studio? He got power. And then he was like, whoever it was, somebody whoever remember who it was, he's like, nah, but power don't cause for them to have no big old studio. We see toilet paper because he got a bunch of trash coming out every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Buku shows, buku, boom, 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 boom. But what would 50 need with a studio? Now, if I'm just to assume, we know the type of trash come out of toilet paper events. We know how that go, how the toilet paper studios. So I'm assuming there's going to be more trash. I don't know. I just don't know what kind of trash. It'll be obviously entertainment. They'll make it all entertaining, but it'll definitely be something to jack people up. Because 50 is really not that type of film. Like, what he have? What has he done? It was Big Worm. It was Big Worm. And you know what? He is a hater, but in that situation, he was right. Big Worm said that. That's who it was. And I know a lot of times he be coming off like a hater, and sometimes he may be. I don't follow him enough to know. But in that situation, he was 1,000,000,000% right. What in the hell does 50 need with a goddamn studio? He don't have enough stuff he doing to even own the studio. Yeah. Oh, I forgot Cat Williams got a studio too. Well, then I guess there's that. What Cat Williams doing? But at least Cat Williams see, I got to say this part too. Cat Williams is a creator. 50 is not. 50 is a financier. Don't let that go over your head. He didn't create power. He just backed it. I could see the lady creating a studio, not 50. Toilet paper is a creator. 50 just got money. That's it. I'm just using my common sense. He's not a creator. He doesn't create anything. He just puts the money behind it and promote it. You know? I don't know. Everybody different. Anyway, I don't know if he's saying this to Tip. It sounds like he may be because Tip is an actor, but this is what he posted him in toilet paper. Now, if I was him, toilet paper on his way out the door with his raggedy ass. So I wouldn't be sitting up there posted with toilet paper. And I wonder if toilet paper wanted to drop King Kong off on 50 because we know that's what he liked. But you know, toilet paper like them little Hispanics. He like the Latinos. He dropping it off in their bikes, not 50s maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if this is a sub to that boy. But like even this, what is this? August? This seemed like a play that he's financing. Oh no, it said Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Well, maybe he is, child. If you haven't been to a Broadway play, this the one to go see. Nigga don't want to see no 50 Cent on no Broadway. Man, what? August Wilson's Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Y'all check him out. And look at Taraji. Taraji being everything. You know, y'all already know how I feel about Ra-Ra. I love me some Ra-Ra. But when she came out and cried because Oprah had that whole eating packs of noodles, living in a trailer on that Color Purple set, and then we came out and windmill for the bitch, and then she came back and was like, oh no, Oprah is so nice. I say that beady-eyed bastard, to hell with her. Taraji always in something. She need to work. At this point, I'm not even excited to see her on the bill no more. At this point, when they had her over there eating Lunchables in that goddamn trailer, over there when they was filming her and Tasia. And look at Tasia. Y'all remember Tasia? Fantasia. Well, you know, I've always eaten noodles my whole life. My mom ain't never had no money, so I was fine with the Lunchables. My mama didn't even buy Lunchables when we was young. My mama just bought ham and cheese. So at least we got crackers. I don't understand. See, it's not that. Shut your ass up, Fantasia. Shut up. I remember that. I remember Fantasia coming out trying to back it up because Taraji came around here and told us they was around there feeding them girls peanut butter sandwiches. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I done got off on a tangent. Taraji, I'm tired of seeing you and stuff, girl. Is you hurting or no? At least you're working. You might be hurting, but you're working. Shout out to Taraji, girl. But I just, you know. Then she came back and reneged after we got the windmilling. Bitch, we done already started windmilling. What you mean? Oprah wasn't that bad. Yes, she is. Girl had us windmilling down to the ground on Oprah. And then she won't come back and holler, oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, girl, get off of here. Oprah had them hoes eating cheese sticks, bitch. On the set of The Color Purple. Them hoes was singing their hearts out, singing all their energy out, going backstage, eating cheese sticks. Girl, no way. Bitch, I don't want to act that bad. I don't care about the art that much. Don't want to be on Broadway that bad. I don't care. Say what I said, girl. Y'all would take anything. Y'all would take anything, girl, just to have your name in lights. I don't want it that bad. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Girl, Oprah was starving them people, girl. Then they say they had to catch a ride. They had to catch the bus back and forth to the set. Girl, oh no, I'm lying. They say they had one rental train, one rental bus. All them hoes had to get on it. And one morning they say Tasia missed the bus. They say she woke up too late, missed the bus. She had to run all the way to the set, girl. There was a lot going on, y'all. I don't know. I don't be over there by The Color Purple. All I know is this is all of the things the people said that was happening. I don't know. I wasn't there. They just said if you missed the bus, it was it. It was up. I don't know. Let's move on. So now let's get into some education. You know we make education fun over here. Nigga said gyrating and sweating out my last electrolyte. Tasia had to use all hers to make it the set. I was so mad with Fantasia coming on here acting like it wasn't that bad. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Fantasia. Yes, it was. Girl, I'm getting a flashback. I was so mad. Girl, yes, it was. It wasn't that bad. Shut your ass up, bald head Tasia. Shut up. Anybody ask you nothing. Just because you used to eating Zuzus and Wham Whams don't mean Taraji wanted to eat them. That girl ain't want to eat all that. That girl wanted to eat some real food. Now let's get into some education. Hold on. Did I miss something? I think I did. No, I didn't. Let's get into some education. So, all right, let's start with clear people and culture. Black America, and the culture. Let's just say this. I don't think we understand when we speak about culture exactly what this means, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because we think of culture and we think of it in a passive way, like, oh yeah, food, oh yeah, language, oh yeah, music, whatever. We do that, right? But we don't understand that our culture is what connects us to the earth and the Most High. Everything that we do, especially in the light, is a direct reflection of the Most High God. I tell people on this channel all the time, Black Americans, although all melanated people are extensions of the Most High God, we are a specific, different group of people because we're not only made in his image, we are also made in his likeness. That means any and everything that the Most High God can do, you can too. The only reason you haven't been capable of doing it is because you've been told and telling yourself that you can't. Okay, you still want to live as a human. So because you live as a human, you still walk around with a human mind. Okay, now fast forward. Black American culture is the most prominent culture in all cultures in the world. It is the most resourceful. It is the most lucrative. It is the most popular. And it is the reason why all of these foreigners flock to this land. It's not the land itself specifically alone. It is the land and the fruits that grow from the land. Who are the fruits that go from the land? Me and you, right? Just as much as the trees grow, just as much as a plant or a flower grow, whenever Black Americans, like how they say in the when you die, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, how the preachers say, from dust you come, to dust you shall return. It's the same theory and the same logic when it comes to you and your connection to earth with culture, right? Your culture is an expression of your connection to the Most High God. And the reason why all of these people come to America is because they come to exploit you and your culture, aka the Most High God. I need y'all to understand that, because exploiting you is exploiting God, because you are made in his image and in his likeness. Okay, so the reason why all these people come over here is not just for the resources in the land, but from the fruits that the land produce, which is you and I, us. That means the stuff that we produce from food, language, history, culture, everything that we know, everything that we've ever seen. This is why everybody flock here and everybody strives to be an American. Now, this is something that I used to think before I was able to awaken and understand it in a different aspect. I used to think when you think of America, you think of clear people. Why? Because every emblem now you see, or every kind of advertisement that you see now as it pertains to America, is typically somebody clear, right? But the fact of the matter is, and I tell you this all the time, clear people are foreigners. Clear people are more foreigners than any other people on the face of this earth, not because of who they are, their skin color, but because of how young they are and who they are. Clear people aren't, at least they'll say they 6,000 years old. They are not. Clear people are the most nope, it's the Cabbage Patch Kids, but they're one of the most recent Johnny come lately groups of people that has inhabited the earth. This is why everywhere you go, they're so explorative. Oh my God, I can't believe this. I need to see that, because they are new. Their soul don't remember ours do. We talked about that. And these clear people are foreigners, but because they have taken over the representation of America, typically people like to hide behind that. So you'll get foreigners who come over here and say, I come to be an American, to have the American dream. But these same foreigners will look Black Americans in their eyes and say, but you don't have culture. When there is no America without the fruits of the land, which is us and our what? Culture. Again, even the smallest things, to using a fork to eat your food, that is Black American culture. Even having a car to drive, that is Black American culture. Washing your ass is Black American culture. This stuff derives from us. The very small things that we take for granted, the very small things that we see as nothing, are things that most people in other places of the world wish they had, but we take them for granted because we're gods. We're images and made in the likeness of him. So we have access to these things, not knowing the value of it. But the foreigner does. This is why they come over here in droves. This is why. Because they understand the value of exploiting your culture, which is your direct connection to the Most High God. And let me just say this. I'm not just speaking to Black Americans. I'm speaking to all melanated people when I say that part. Your direct connection to your culture is your direct connection to the Most High God. If Black Americans paid attention to what's been going on in the news, and not the news, but in the internet lately, they have been doing what? Trying to disconnect us from our culture and connect themselves to the culture. Why? Because subconsciously and maybe on a soul level, they want to connect themselves to God that way, and it's not going to happen. See, melanated people who have real culture aren't in America trying to cosplay Americans. You never see melanated people who come from real cultures come to America trying to play like they're American. They will swear to God and beat on their chest that they what they is. They'll dress in the garbs. They'll eat the food. It's only the ones like these Johnny come lately Cabbage Patch Kid Africans. It's only the ones lately that come over here and just America, 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 trying to cosplay Destiny Swap and take over your direct connection to the Most High God. Again, we can look at it like it's just culture, it's just music, it's just food. It is deeper than that. This is why everybody running over here trying to get to your access to your culture so that they can get in your place to be with the Most High God, to be favored in his honor. Rather they believe this on a conscious level or a subconscious level, I'm telling you what it is. You have to take this stuff seriously. The gatekeeping of this culture is so important. This is why I love the delineation movement, because it is the beginning of what it is we need to be doing. The gatekeeping of this culture is not just gatekeeping music, foods, and talents. This is gatekeeping our direct connection to the Most High God. I need y'all to really understand that. Because even I don't care if you sing, dance, I don't care if you sew, I don't care if you plant, I don't care if you cook, I don't care, whatever it is that you do, that is something that is a gift from the Most High God that he gave specifically to you, that he gave you to use and utilize to live the best life on this earth. Most of us are disconnected, so we don't know that. But he gave us all a gift to utilize on this earth to live fruitful and prosper. And these crackers and these aliens and these other melanated beings coming from all these different places, coming over here, infiltrating on the culture because they understand it is the direct connection to source, the direct connection to the Most High God, your direct connection to the Most High God. Guard the culture, protect the culture, gatekeep the culture, okay? It's very, very imperative that we do this, okay? Now, this clear woman that did this video, and she speaks a lot of truth. And I know she ain't lying because these are things I've been thinking in my head before. This clear lady is going to talk about why a lot of clear people,
I think when white
are inferior or have inferiority complexes when it comes around melanated people, and not just Black Americans. I've seen them do it to all melanated people. It's almost like they either get mad or they get super, super infatuated with it, and then they act like they're your friend, and they want to come in and join in, and then they learn how to do it, and then you big them up, and then next thing you know, they run it. But what this lady explains is subconsciously what goes on in the clear people's mind, and what it taught me was, oh, so the things I've been thinking is true all along. Number one, these are Cabbage Patch Kids who come from no man's land with no culture, clone kids. Not all clear people. I'm talking about a lot of the ones walking amongst us here in America. Not all. However, when you don't come from nothing and you don't have an origin, it will create a seething jealousy in you for the other group of people. Let's get into this clear woman, y'all. Like the video.
people say go back to your country, it's because we're jealous. I think it is this deep, deep, deep emptiness. There's a void because we don't know anything about where we're from. All we know is what we've been indoctrinated to believe for the last 400 plus years. It's a binary construct. It's race science. White people are either this or that. So when we see people that do not look like us, which is who we have been pitted against, we get very angry. Oh, just go back to your country because you know where you're from. You have a home. And I think we're very insecure around people who have other languages, foods, dress, music. There is this connection. And when you have connection to a culture, to a heritage, to an ethnicity, to a land, then you have connection to self. And white people, well, clearly you can see every day in my comment sections alone, probably at every single local grocery store, library, bank, school parking lot, et cetera, you can see how many white people are not connected to self. So our only defense, because all we do is live in defense because you won't decolonize, our only outlet is, oh, just go back to your own country. But deep, deep down, what we want is the connection that we see so many people that do not look like us have. And all we got to do is get on another algorithm with people that do look like us from other countries, and we can learn, but we won't do it because we're Americans and we're from here.
Ooh. Now that last part, we won't do it because we're Americans and we from here. I tell y'all all the time, all these people come to America and literally disregard whoever they was before, and they get that American identity and they become it. The only people who didn't come here from somewhere else to get an American identity is us, because we was already here. Now, she keeps saying, we say, go back to your country, go back to your country. Do y'all realize clear people don't really have a country? They really don't have a country of origin. Yes, you can say they were spotted here, spotted there, but they don't come from the soil. So they don't have a land to call their own. They don't have a country to go to say, that's my country, or these are my people. Even if the lady said, like she said, we have other clear people we could look at to try to learn from them. Whatever culture the clear people you looking at, whatever culture they practice, they stole. I'm not being mean when I say this. I'm just being real. Clear people are not creators. They do not have origin. Hear me out. They may have some origin stories, but in true fashion, they don't have an origin to the land. They don't come from here. They don't. I'm not being mean. I'm not being negative. I'm telling you the truth. They don't have an origin on this land because they're not from the land. They're not aboriginal to nowhere on this land. They don't come from the land. Now, I've heard theories. Some people say they come from the marine culture. Some people say that means the water. I've heard people say they come out the ocean. I've heard people say they were created from this, that, and that. I don't know. But I know where they ain't from. They don't have an origin to any land because they don't come from the land. And not having a connection or origin from the land is one of the main reasons and the biggest reason why they don't have a culture. This is why you can go to any other place and see melanated people and they have a distinct culture. They don't have none nowhere because they don't have a connection to the land because they ain't from the land. Europe ain't even their land. I just left London. In Europe, there's no culture. It's just if culture threw up. If the world threw up a whole bunch of cultures, that's London. Ain't no culture up there. Clear people don't have culture. And when you run across clear people with culture, you find that they got it from wherever they came from. Whoever people they're around. This is why you got clear people going around saying they Native American. You got clear people going around saying they Hawaiian. You got clear people saying they Hispanic. You got clear people saying they African because they do not have an origin. No origin, no connection to the land, no culture. When we speak about culture, Black America, we speak about it so passively as if it's nothing, when the whole world has been capitalizing off of this culture that we see as nothing. Even if it's just talking, all of these things are gifts that the Most High afforded to his special people so that we can eat off of it. But everybody else has, because they don't have an opportunity or at least an access to a culture. Now, some of them do, and they're just greedy. Some of them do, and they're just greedy. But at the end of the day, they don't have a culture, and they are here to steal from us. That's the point. We the ones with the connection to the Most High God. We the ones the connection with culture. That's why even in our sleep, we create. Didn't y'all see the little girl on TikTok who made that jingle? We just make a mistake and go viral. That is an abundance of culture that connects us to the Most High God that these clear people wish that they had. And this is no shade. Shout out to the clears that's in here. I know some of y'all in here. Shout out to y'all. This is no shade. I know some good clear people. But at the end of the day, girl, it is what it is. Y'all are human. We are not. Does that make sense? Y'all the humans. We are not. I wanted to show y'all this too. Because we speak about genealogy, we speak about classification, and I need y'all to understand that when you go look up your genealogy, you're going to see a lot of crap. Yes, you will. You're going to see a lot of crap, and you're going to see a lot of names. Words are powerful. This is why they cross these words up in these names and labels so that you be confused. But Black America has gone through many, many, many different identity changes. Why? Because identity is the first step to freedom. It's the first key to freedom. If you don't know who you are forever a lost tribe. That's why we've been running around here with our heads cut off, right? Identity is the first key to freedom. Here is a list of some of the names we have been given in classification, misclassification, or what do you call it? Disclassification, if it's a word. Here are some of the classifications in which we have been reclassified. The reason for this is to maintain a level of confusion. This is why every day I get on the internet, I tell you guys to do your genealogy, because when you do genealogy, all it's going to do is take you on a personal journey back through all of these timelines. I need y'all to pay attention. It's going to take you on your own personal family journey through all of these timelines. When you get to pulling documents like birth certificates, court records, you're going to see statuses, you're going to see languages, you're going to see all of these things, right? These are some of the list of things that you're going to see during this genealogy, and it is going to create this image in your head that these are different people. I need you to understand, the people on this list never changed, only the names. I'm going to say it one more time because I really want y'all to understand what I'm telling you. When you do your genealogy, you're going to run through a lot of these statuses on this list, right? By and large, the people never changed. Only the status of the people, the label, the name. This was put there so that you, when you go back to do your genealogy, it would trip you up. Oh, snap. What's this? What's that? Be mindful of this. But let's get into a little bit of some of the names that we have had. It says timeline of paper genocide, because that's all it is. The erasure of the copper-colored American. In 1790, it said we on the first census, which was the first census, we were labeled as free people or Indian. Then in 1828, according to the Webster Dictionary, it defined an American as a Native of American originally applied to the copper-colored races. I'm sorry. I haven't pulled this up in a while, but I'm going to pull it up now. When you hear, I haven't pulled this up in a while, but let me pull it up. When you guys hear, hold on. When you guys hear people talk about the red Indian, the red this, the red that, I need y'all to understand what exactly it is these people are talking about. Y'all are thinking of the $5 footlong, and that's not who it is. The red Indian has never been the $5 footlong. As a matter of fact, the red Indian is you and I. And here's the color red that they were referring to when they were telling y'all about the quote unquote red Indian. Let me see. Let me make this bigger. Let me make this bigger so y'all can see. Oh. Can y'all see that? This is the Indian red. When they say red Indians, this the color they talking about. Now, I could put my face up to this camera, and that's almost my color. But even in our own theory in 2026, who do we call red people? That's our lighter skinned people today. Okay, so I know my sister, God bless the dead, her and my brother, we called them red because they were red. We got examples like Red Fox, Detroit Red, which was Malcolm X. We still name red people to ourselves today. Native Americans don't do that. So when you hear red Indian, red this, red that, they talking about that red dirt, clay dirt red. This red. It ain't the fire engine red like this that we have been indoctrinated to believe red is. Red is also like the clay. It can come in different colors. So it can be of a lighter tone. It could be of a darker tone. But when they say in this, and I'm going to go back to it. When they say that the American was identified as the copper color people, they talking about the red Indian, and that's who they talking about, us. But remember, these definitions changed over time because they need us confused when we finally go back to do this genealogy. It goes on to say 1830, here's your Indian Removal Act. That forces indigenous people off their lands. That's where you're going to start your Trail of Tears, aka what they later called Great Migration. The Great Migration that wasn't so great. The Great Migration that ran people off their lands. For the most part. Then we have 1850 to 1880, the census record reclassified Native American as mulatto or color. Now, this is very important because in 1850 to 1880, the Native American, this is where this term comes in. Prior to that, it didn't exist. Remember, here's your $5 footlongs. They starting to come in, but they're also turning the black copper color Indians into Native Americans as well. But they're doing what they do now. Meshing them together. See how they doing it with entertainment in the industry? How they meshing together stuff to consolidate, to confuse you? That's exactly what they did. So now they turn these Native Americans into colored or mulatto. A lot of y'all gonna run into that on your genealogy. That don't mean necessarily that these are mixed race people. It could have been black people that were classified as mulatto because they fell under that Indian term. It could be a whole lot of stuff. Okay. And then it goes on 1887. We got the Dawes Act that allows white settlers, here come your $5 footlongs, to pay indigenous status. And here is where you get your $5 footlong. These are the clear people and some Native Americans who was able to go down and pay a $5 Dawes Rose tax to be able to claim themselves as indigenous. And this right here is where the destiny swap happened. So now in 2026, you got a bunch of Native Americans running around here saying that Black Americans are stealing. That's what they say. We're stealing from them and they want to sue us because they're trying to take our identities. But this is where y'all became Native Americans, right here. Remember, they had to replace the Indians that they lied and said they killed off. So they replaced them with the Native Americans. Okay? And then it goes on to say, 1893 to 1914, here goes the Dawes Rose complete the reclassification of many indigenous people to Negro. And one of the biggest contributors to that was Walter Plecker, Andrew Jackson, all of them, hated Indians, aka Negroes. Okay, I need y'all to understand when y'all doing these genealogies, the people ain't never changed. The only thing changed on these statuses was the labels and the status. It's never been the people. Okay. Yep. They did the same in Canada. They did the same in Mexico, South America, the Caribbean. They didn't do it to the same levels, but they did listen, where they did here, they did it everywhere. So I need all my melanated people to understand this when y'all going back trying to figure out, because genealogy ain't just for Black America. I preach it to Black America because we are the most documented people by force, but I preach it to everybody if you can. If you can find your family tree, no matter who you are, melanated, wherever you at, you need to go back and do this because a lot of this stuff can apply to you as well. And speaking of, look at the Native Americans. So now here come this Native American girl who's online claiming, now I've heard many people say this before. Shout out to my brother Top Cats, love him down. Shout out to Top Cats. He talked about how they've been going to the commissions and all that stuff. The Native Americans are getting very nervous because what's happening is, you guys, us Black Americans, we doing our genealogy. We're figuring it out. Now, let me go back. Let me back it up. Not only are we doing our genealogy, the first step we're doing is delineating. And the natural thing for a group of people to do when they delineate is once we delineate, okay, well, who are we? And now that's leading us into digging into who we are. And all over the internet, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, you've been seeing a lot of indigenous history come up about Black Americans. And we are not mixed. We did not have an ethnogenesis. I'm not saying this to be no hater. I'm just telling you the real God's honest truth. The vast majority of us are not a mixed group of people. We are the same Black indigenous group of people that we've always been, just reclassified. Part of the witchcraft is to make you believe you've been mixed up so that you never know who you are. If you ever do your genealogy, do not get caught in the labels because a lot of that is a bunch of bull. Okay? So, with that being said, I need y'all to understand we ruffling feathers because even if we're not physically doing our genealogy per se, we are waking up to exactly who we are, and we ain't no mixed group of people. We are the indigenous copper color melanated people, like the definition showed you, are the original American. Everybody else outside of us are foreigners, clears, foreigners, Mexican, foreigners, Asians, foreigners, Hispanics, foreigners, everybody, Africans, foreigners, everybody, Caribbeans, foreigners, everybody that touches the soil in the United States, in these United States of America, anybody who is not a descendant of freedmen or a direct lineage or direct descendant of any copper-colored Black American, African American, colored, whatever you want. If you are not a descendant of that, you are a foreigner. No shade, welcome, but you're a foreigner. Okay? Now, even the Native Americans, their gig is up. I told y'all a few days ago that ICE had been on these damn reservations telling them to keep their paperwork on them because they've been kicking them out of there too. Also, Native Americans are being kicked off reservations 90 going west. And let me tell you why, one of the reasons why this is happening. They were only there to cosplay the indigenous people for a certain amount of time. Once that time was up, y'all got to go. And the clears who backed you and allowed you to cosplay as the indigenous people who put it all in the media, all in the movies, all in the commercials, those people have withdrew back their protection. And now y'all got to fight the real indigenous people. And the fact of the matter is you can't win. Because most of you, if not all of you, don't have no paper trail prior to the late 1800s. Y'all are Johnny-come-lately Siberian Huskies who cosplayed as the indigenous people, and you are not. Y'all didn't fight in no wars. We did. Y'all didn't fight in none of them battles. We did. Y'all didn't. It's just the truth. I have ancestors that have fought in every single war. I'm pretty positive if many Black Americans, especially in this channel behind my voice, did their genealogy or at least thought about it, almost every single one of y'all has somebody in your family that has served in the military or fought in wars. Native Americans do not have this. I don't care what you see on Google, because they're going to lie and tell you Native Americans fought in World War this and this, that, and the third. No, that was Black indigenous Indians renamed as Native Americans. Does that make sense? All they did was rename the black people who were fighting in those wars that were Indians. They renamed them Native Americans and then waited 200-300 years later to replace the image with the $5 footlongs. They didn't fight in no wars. They didn't do nothing for this country. Only thing they've been doing is cosplaying indigenous people. That's it. That's it. But here it is, because we're delineating and we're getting our indigenous roots back in order, they are panicking. Look at this clear girl who claims to be Native American. They all look Mexican. But here she go claiming to be Native American, talking about she want to bring down the Pretendian tribes. Now, mind you, shout out to all of the people doing genealogy, getting into the realization that we are indigenous and putting them feathers on. Shout out to y'all. Y'all look beautiful as y'all always do. Shout out to all the Black American people who put the feathers on. Yay. The ones who know we are beautiful down to the ground. They wish they could. But please do not let nothing like this deter you. We got actual government document paperwork, fat. Y'all don't. I hope they take us to court because this could help speed up the process of more people doing their genealogy. I hope she find a way to take us down, in her words. Let's get into it, y'all. Like the video.
Okay, guys. So, you know our frustration with these pretendians, right? It sucks. And we've always felt like there hasn't really been a way to combat them. Well, now I finally found it. I want you guys to join in my live sometime this week. Just watch out for my lives. And I will be giving the information on how we can combat them in a legal way that can actually get them taken down and charged for their crimes of fraud. Be sure to look out for that this week. It's going to be me and Native Cholo. We're going to be hosting those lives, and we're going to give you the information on how to do this. Okay, guys.
Now, mind you, they supposed to be indigenous, but they had threat with ICE. They had threat of being kicked off their reservations. And we over here doing genealogy, going back to the government and getting our land back. But yet and still, we the pretendians. We the ones with documentation past 1850. But we are the pretendians. I hope she gets us down to the courthouse. I really do. I think this would be dope. This will help put a light on it, on a bigger light, on a bigger stage, so more of us could see, and then we can go ahead and get our land back too. Because the fact of the matter is, girl, your time is up. The ancestors, everybody has spoken. Your time is up, fat. Y'all have cosplayed long enough. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of mixed Siberians who allegedly, I don't believe y'all crossed no Bering Strait, but who allegedly crossed the Bering Strait at some point in time, cosplaying as the indigenous people. Y'all are a bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids with no real origin. Quiet as it's kept, but loud as it's heard. And you need to be going to fight the government to keep your land. Don't worry about what we got going on, because when Big Mama get up, it's going to be a wrap for all you bitches. You got to know it. When Big Mama get here, it's going to be a wrap for all y'all. So then what? When we talk about genealogy, ladies and gentlemen, I speak to y'all about ways to do it. But one way we don't do, and we have lost our touch with, talking to our elders. Why is this important? The keys and the information is with the elders. Even if you got a crazy elder, the elders have the information. We have completely disconnected ourselves from our elders. We act like a lot of us don't want to hear nothing. I love the elders. I be around nothing but old folks. I love old folks. I learn a lot from old folks. Even I don't care if they're a bum on the street. I love elders. But this is where a lot of our information is, because they have a lot of recollection. Plus, remember, we are all soul beings attached to the Most High God. They so remember stuff that they may not remember they remember. And they can help us out with our genealogy. When it comes down to who we are and what's going on, one of the first places you need to stop is your elders. Find somebody in the family, and the elder don't have to necessarily mean age-wise. Someone who's more wise about the family history. The elders, not even just with genealogy, period. The elders are where a lot of the answers to this stuff is, but we got to get out of our minds, out of our heads, and listen to them, okay? So I want to get into this video this brother shared where he was talking about how we got to listen to the elders, y'all. Check it out.
Indians of America. Don't y'all think it's time we listen to our elders? We the only people who don't.
All white people are not German. All white people are not French. All white people are not Italian. All white people are not British. In the same respect, all black people on this planet are not African. The black people in America are indigenous to America. This is how they seek to displace black people, is by rewriting a story, writing that we're from Africa. This is how they displace the black people, the promised people of the promised land in America. If black people in America was from any other place, they would have deported us long ago. If black people in America was from Africa, I would be broadcasting this from Africa, because they would have created ICE 200 years ago and deported each and every one of us. We are Watkins family. Watkins family on the global side. My name is Francis Watkins, and that is Afro Watkins. These are your family. So we are your family. You started from Ohio, you went to Maryland County. So it's your response. This is how we try. This is how we the global people.
He said they came from Ohio. They in Africa, right? Are y'all paying attention? Several African tribes claim their ancestors migrated from the West. Dogon tribe, ancestors came from a Western continent across the ocean. Wonder where? Yoruba, oral tales describe ancestors migrating from a Western land called Aramal. Zulu tribe, some clans claim roots tracing back to a Western land beyond the ocean. Wolof tribe, ancient stories tell ancestors arriving from a Western land across the sea.
Before we get into this lady, so I'm pretty sure y'all heard, shout out to the brother Dane Calloway, how he talk about history was told in reverse. The reason why all of these folklores have a lineage or a history of people coming from the Western land. Remember, the Western land is us. We are in the Western world. North America, South America, Caribbean. We are the Western world. So when they talk about how all of these people have origins coming from the Western world, it's because they lied and told us that we was coming from Africa to here, but we was leaving here going out to there. Remember, I tell y'all every day, we are the creators of civilization all over the world. Listen, all over the world. This is some of the proof that we have been going, even in Europe. That's not a clear country. That is an originally black country or continent. I'm sorry. All of these things is all starting and stemming back from us because we are the origin. They lied to us and told us the origin starts in Africa. That is to get us out of our story and get us out of our heads so we won't understand who we are. It's us. So that's why it all traced back to us.
Right.
They had to get the African. Right. They had to get the Mongolians. I'm not pronouncing it right. They don't get it's Mongolians. No, you pronouncing it right. And they had to get the Asian. Right. They had to get the Middle Eastern. Right. And the Caucasian was the last. Europe was the last one. Right. And they all had to come together to beat us. Right. One nation could beat us. Right. It was great movie.
You heard what that lady said? You heard what the elder said? She said it was all of them, not just the clears. She said all of those nations had to come together to beat us, and they still came together. Right now, they still together fighting us now. We just don't understand it because we don't understand what's really happening.
Right. We were great. No, Grandma, I don't understand anything for a while. Yeah, something. Some of them, yeah, they call me from, if I'm from Africa or from, I'm not from Africa. I'm a full-blooded American.
She's a full-blooded American. Now, when I met this kid, this is one of my homeboys, John. Shout out to John, man. He Gullah. I asked him, was he African? He said no. I'm like, I was kind of confused before I was woke. He said, I'm Gullah.
And that's another thing, too. We spoke about that on Educational Friday with them trying to Africanize a lot of American culture, especially in the South. They try to say Gullah people come from Africa. They don't. They try to say, it's Africa Town in Mobile. They say them people come from Africa. They don't. They just putting their sticky notes on everything. But listen to what I'm saying. A lot of the answers lie in the elders. A lot of the answers that we need lie within the elders. We got to get back in touch with our elders and talk to our elders, because even the ones you might think don't know much, they know a lot. You just got to learn how to get it out of them, if it makes sense. The elders always knew. It's us thinking we being more educated by this clear man, thinking we know more. They've always known. They ain't never not known. Speaking of origins, I see, like I tell y'all, they got people that are waking up all over the world. And what people are realizing is black, as we call it today, but the melanated people are the origin of the earth, period, point blank. Every place you go where you see a representation that is not melanated, know that they are cosplayers. Know that they are not the original people. Know that they are like imposters. This is no shade. Everywhere I go, everywhere I see on earth, where I see the people aren't melanated, I know off the rip they're imposters. Because every piece of this earth, from dust to dust, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, them people have melanated skin. Even albinos are melanated, so we can't even use them. All these other people are a bunch of clones, Johnny-come-latelys, who have taken over the culture of these people. I've been seeing this Asian girl online who's been doing a lot of content exposing the origin of a lot of places, especially in Asia. And she's pointing out the fact that all of them people in Asia, and not just in Asia, around the world, are melanated. I need y'all to understand this, because see, the biggest lie they told us was we all came from a monkey named Lucy in Africa and we spread out all over the world. Or if you believe it through the biblical sense, Adam and Eve had churn, got kicked out the garden, and then they all had churn with each other. And then here we go. Either one you want to believe, the point is it's all a story to get you not to understand your true origin. And your true origin is you come from this soil, okay? And you come from everywhere on this soil, not in one specific central location. Let's get into this video from this little Asian girl.
Y'all want to know something that nobody's ready for in 2025 except for those who already seem to fucking know it? Black people are the aboriginals of every continent. Dark-skinned people are the aboriginals of every continent. Native Americans migrated over the ice bridge from Siberia, that would be Asia, and became what we now know as Native Americans. Yes, they lived off the land. Yes, they knew how to give back to it, so therefore they should be considered indigenous. But the people who were on that land before them and the ice bridge even formed were black people. Black people also built.
So pause. If the people who were on the bridge before that was born are black, then where the hell did $5 footlongs come from? Back her up.
Bridge even formed. Therefore, they should be considered indigenous. But the people that would be Asia and became what we now know as Native Americans. Yes, they lived off the land. Yes, they knew how to give back to it. So therefore, they should be considered indigenous. But
Cap, them people were made. Them people did not live off the land, and they should not be considered indigenous to where. However, these people, first of all, you have to believe that they crossed the Bering Strait. First of all, you gotta believe that. Second, and I don't believe it weather-wise, I don't believe it. But even if they crossed the Bering Strait, then you gotta believe that whatever culture they had was even applicable for them to use over here in America and even be sustainable. Remember, I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, Native Americans lived in huts while indigenous people lived in apartment buildings. Yes, in the 16, 17, 1800s. When y'all see depictions of Native Americans in huts, that wasn't us. We were in houses, apartment buildings. I don't buy the whole Bering Strait thing at all. I believe these are some Cabbage Patch Kids too. I might be wrong, but I believe these some Cabbage Patch Kids too. But remember, they got to keep the lie alive to get you all jacked up.
the people who were on that land before them and the ice bridge even formed were black people.
So again, if the people who was on the land where they claim the Bering Strait came from were black, then who the hell are these people? Here are the pictures. The people who were on the land where they claim the Native Americans came from and crossed the Bering Strait, those people are black. So again, well, who these people is? Who's the $5 footlongs? You get it?
Oh, black people also built pyramids on every continent. That's why there are pyramids on every continent. The Buddha was a dark-skinned man. The Chinese, we have a lot of trouble denying that we come from melanin. We do. We've tried. We have not succeeded. The difference between us and every other group is that we can admit to the fact that we came from melanin. Why can't everybody else? It's not.
They didn't come from melanin. That's another misconception. Some of them did procreate. Now listen, when they first came down and they first was introduced, they did procreate with melanated people. They had to because their lifespan wouldn't last otherwise. So some of them, and a lot of them do have melanated history way, way, way down the line. But ultimately, they don't come from melanated people, meaning melanated people didn't create them. We didn't birth them. Wasn't two black Asians didn't have sex and create that. So we got to remember, words are very, very powerful. Because to say you come from a people implies that you are a connection to those people. These Asians that you see in America or even in Asia, they do not come from the original melanated Asian people. They do not come from them. They not connected to them. Do not let them lie to you. I just want to correct that. Words are very, very powerful. They don't come from no melanated people. That's a lie. That's a lie. We don't make that. We ain't never made it.
Not erasure to say that black people were the aboriginals of every country. We're not saying you didn't exist. We're saying you came after. What's so hard to understand? Just like me saying that Koreans came from China. It's not me saying that they don't have their own culture. That's how all of these Korean nationalists took it in my comments. Oh, you're saying we don't have our own culture or genetic identity? No, I'm saying that culture and genetic identity came from us. If you are not tapped in and you don't talk to marginalized groups and haven't spent any time with them, y'all gonna be offended by what I'm saying. Some of y'all only research your own identity and that's it. And that's the only content you make besides your matcha. Black people were here first. Black people were here first. Black people were here first. And whoever that pisses off needs to leave my channel, needs to block me. All the above. Koreans, their genetics, their culture came from the Chinese, from what is now known as China. Where did the Chinese come from? Black people.
No, they didn't.
Y'all want to know something?
The Chinese were replaced. Okay, the black people were replaced by what you know as the Chinese, but they didn't come from them. Them black people in China, who was the origin of China, they did not physically lay down and create them people. That's a lie. These people are Cabbage Patch Kids. I might be wrong. A conspiracy theory. Pay me no mind, but they ain't come from no niggas. Niggas did not create these people. If we did, we would still create them today. I'm going to say it again. Black people, copper-colored, melanated people across the world did not create these groups of people. For if we did, we would continue to create them to this day. And I don't want nobody to say, oh, but voodoo, we do. My daughter is light-skinned with hair look just like an Asian. Having light skin and straight hair as a black person is not the same as being an actual Asian, okay? Because, you know, black people love to do that. But voodoo, that's not true. My daughter has blonde hair. So we can create white people. No, you can create a black child with blonde hair. You can't create a white woman with blonde hair. I mean, you could, but you don't. Because you can create whatever, but you don't. You get what I'm saying? They didn't come from the melanated people. The question we need to be asking is, where did they come from? That's what once black people, especially black Americans, because I can only speak on us. Once we delineate and figure out who we are, at some point we're going to look around at all these people and say, well, damn, if I'm this and that is who y'all is. That's when we start making the real money. You get it? How old boy said it on Coming to America? That's when the big bucks start rolling in. Does that make sense? That's when you start getting to the bottom of what's real tea. Because you're going to start to realize that these people that you work with, hang with, talk with, chill with, be with, ain't even real people per se. You've been hanging around clones in created characters. Does that make sense? Think about it too. I said this before. I've always seen how some clear people don't have no attachment to family, no attachment to parents or mama and daddy. It makes sense because they may have been Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't know. And not just clears. I'm talking about all over. And let me tell you something about these Cabbage Patch Kids. And when I say Cabbage Patch Kids, I mean created people, clones, because that's a real thing. Go look at everything that I say, please. And I tell y'all all the time, even my jokes got truth in it. Everything that I say, go look it up. There was a whole tens of years where they were creating children in a lab, literally growing them bitches in a goddamn field. And they were putting them on trains and sending them all around the world. These children are orphans, okay? Some of these children were adopted, some of them weren't. When y'all do this research, you're going, especially during the Great Depression, you're going to see a whole bunch of orphan children. These are not children who parents just had them and dropped them off. These are created characters, literally. Literally. Vending machine babies. Do the research. If you think I'm lying, I'd employ every single person out here to do the research. And if you remember Cabbage Patch Kids, they came in white, black, Hispanic, Asian. Are y'all tracking? When you remember the Cabbage Patch Kids, they came in all the different colors, all the different races. Does it make sense? It's starting. Okay. Now, with that being said, let me read a couple more of these super chats. I'm just saying they like to put the stuff in our face, give us the Cabbage Patch dolls to make us fall in love with the dolls, and not knowing that they have actual Cabbage Patch people next to us in class. When I tell you this enemy is dirty, this enemy is dirty. How my boy how Shamar song go? I see my enemies when I'm sleeping. Whatever he be saying, girl, the enemy is a dirty girl, dirty low down. Do you hear me? My piece. I think I read this one. Thank you so much for the super chat. His story in the making. I read this one. Thank you again for the super chat. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Said Clarissa made a deal with Zeus. Yeah, and that's literally the devil. But you know, it is what it is. I don't know what that deal entails. I have to look at it. But I do know Lemmy been trying to work with her. And we gonna Joce this evening. Make sure y'all pull up at the dollhouse. Because Lemmy responded to that saying that he never got checked. So make sure y'all pull up at the dollhouse. We're going to Joce that later on. Thank you, boo. Goddess Hathor 7313. Thank you for the super chat. Says Elon Musk literally said the person who said that money can't buy you happiness knew what they were talking about. Absolutely. Elon Musk said money can't buy you happiness. Will Smith said it. A whole lot of people with buku money tell us all the time that money don't buy us happiness. But I guess with our broke ass, we got to be there to see it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But now I believe it. I don't need to see it. I get it. Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry for being a member for 21 months. Thank you, beautiful. She says, I know 50 Cent is somewhere in the fetal position. I remember coming out. Yeah. Because you know what? What Tip did when he did that video with his family, it shut him up. Now I know 50 gonna keep going like he ain't hurt, but when Tip posted that video next to his mama and his wife and his kids and his grandkids with a feast at the table, 50 can't come back from that. I don't care how much money he got. He ain't got enough money to come back from that. Lashes Pure Organics. Thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. Says, honestly, I really believe everything that lady said. Is something about Rissa that's been off since she came to the scene. It's very dark. It could be. It could be. I don't know, because maybe the fame. I could be overstepping. I could be wrong. I like Clarissa, but if she wrong, I'm going to call her down to the carpet. And if she getting a big head, and again, all we got is what the girl Franchon said, but I don't want to discount what her opponent said, because she is still a human and a black woman for that matter. And I believe her if that's what she said, that something switched up and she had to let her go. It didn't give me shade. It gave me, I mean, it was shady, but I don't think what she said was shade. I think it was truth. It sounded like truth to me. So who knows? I'm going to go with what Franchon said for now, because Clarissa ain't really said nothing to combat it. Thank you for the super chat. Kathy Smith, thank you for the super chat. She says, love your educational series. My tip for the research fund. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, y'all. Y'all like the video. Diva Kika, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I got 1986 crayons from eBay. I made a video holding Indian red color to my skin, a match. Wow. I need to go find me some of them crayons. Yeah, you know, they took that Indian red crayon out of the crayon box, right? For subconscious advertisement. Because if you grow up, think about this, Black America. If you grow up and you associate the color red to be this and this, then it'll be hard for them to say that the red native isn't you. Which red native isn't a word. I think the only person I've heard say that is Tariq Nasheed. But even red, the copper color red, that is to get you to where you don't understand who they talking about. But that's why they hurry up and took the crayon out and only gave you this red. So when you see red in your paperwork, when you do your genealogy, you would never connect the dots. But I implore everybody, when y'all see that red color, think of clay. Put a 3 in the chat if you ever seen red clay. I know they got it in Mississippi for a fact. They got it in Georgia for a fact. The South have nothing but red clay. Let me see if I can find a picture of red clay. Because when you see these terms red in history, they're not talking about fire engine red. They're talking about you. Hold on. Red clay. Let me see if I can find a picture of red clay so y'all can see. When y'all see them people talk about that red, well, this is the color. This is kind of the color, but you can see it from here. Remember, they not talking about fire engine red. They talking about this brown. You see all these colors? All this brown color that look like dirt. They got the dirt. Yep, look, all this stuff that y'all see. I seen it in Georgia. I seen it in, they got it in Florida too. Yup, it's everywhere. That's the red they talking about. Don't ever forget it, y'all. That's the red they talking about. Okay? They gonna lie to you and tell you it's the fire engine red, or they mean the $5 footlongs, but that's a lie. That's the red they talking about. Me and you. Okay? And I got, I think, a couple of more kind of Snapchats, Cash Apps. And speaking of Cash App, shout out to everybody who has sent me a Cash App. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you. Hold on, let me, I think I read this one. I read that one. I read that one. Tanisha Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, it's my birthday. Pisces in the building. Happy birthday, beautiful. I hope you have a beautiful day. Happy birthday to all the Pisces gang. Stop acting crazy. Toya, thank you so much. Toya made it. Taylor made it. Sorry. Taylor made it. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Voo, you like the big sis I've always wanted but never had until now. Love you up and down. And thank you for your obedience and sacrifice. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I could help. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you, Taylor made it. Thank you. And Riri, thank you for the super chat, especially that 555. I needed that. Thank you for the super chat. She says, if you Google vintage Native American dolls, all the pictures are chocolate colored dolls. Yeah, somebody bought me some. I got some on my shelf up there, and they all look my color because you, Black America, are the red person. Remember, Checkers, the red and black on the checkerboard, that's the conundrum because you jumping over each other because red is black, black is red. Don't let it go over your head, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Pay it forward, never pay it back. I'll catch y'all later on. We'll Joe something later on, and I'll see y'all later. Make sure y'all hit up Babe. Make sure y'all hit up my shop. It's pinned down in the chat. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Hit up voodoodolltvshop.com for some Babe merch. Black Americans versus everybody. Y'all make sure y'all support the doll. Love y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow. And it'll be an early Joce because I got to go get my hair done. But I'll catch y'all tomorrow for an earlier Joce. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your,
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.